Hello guys, this is Yelbia, the natural hair doctor. In case you don't know me, yes, today we're going to talk about excessive hair shedding. I'm sure you've experienced this at one point in your hair journey where you wash your hair or you're combing your hair and then you realize that there's so much shed hair on the floor and you're just wondering what exactly happened. Medically, your hair sheds about 50 to 100 strands per day, and it's normal for the hair to go through because that's the good phase of the hair. But if you have over excessive shedding of the hair, medically it's termed the Telogen effluvium. This can happen sometimes postpartum when you're using certain medications or you go off certain medications. Stress, when you are stressed about something. So stress in all forms, stress in losing a loved one, stress from illness, stress from a surgery, and all those things can also cause excessive shedding. But typically, from one point or another, you're not experiencing these, but you notice that you're shedding too much hair than usual. I have a special recipe that you can use to combat this shedding. Okay, so let's get into it.
Yes, so just a brief review about the growth cycle of your hair. Basically, it's in one, the anagen phase, catagen phase, and the telogen phase. Each hair follicle is independent and it goes through the cycle independently. So the first is the anagen phase, which is the growth phase, where the hair bulb is directly attached to the blood supply, and 80 to 85% of your hair strands are in this cycle, and your hair grows, and then it moves to the catagen phase, where the transition phase. The hair bulb is slightly detaching from the blood supply, and this takes about 1 to 2 weeks, and then it gets to the telogen phase, where it's like the resting phase, where the hair bulb has detached, rests in the follicle, and then eventually falls off. So it's very important to know this because you know that at least every day each of your hair strands are going through the cycle. So there are definitely some of your hair that will be in the telogen phase and then are supposed to fall off. So about 50 to 100 strands of your hair usually would fall off per day. But if this is happening more than usual, more than your usual shed hair, if you notice that it's more, then it's quite alarming. It is very important to know this cycle because a recipe can tweak this cycle in a way. So yes, it's just a simple everyday thing that is in your house. So it's just, I'm using caffeinated tea, so your usual Lipton if you're in Ghana, and I'm going to use 2 for this. And the most important thing here, the most important ingredient here is the caffeine, and this can be found in green tea if you want, or plain coffee as well. So it's just as simple. You just add boiling water into a cup of tea bag, a caffeinated tea bag, and then you allow it to soak. It's as simple as that. But what makes it special here is the fact that I add something else to this to help combat the dryness from the caffeine. When you add caffeine to your hair, one of the side effects is that it can cause dryness of your hair. But we are going to do this. Why not enriching it? So you allow it to soak, and then yes, I add my special ingredient. That's the Moringa powder. Oh, it looks so good. So this Moringa, because Moringa is very high in antioxidants, high in omega-3, and that is very important. It moisturizes your scalp inside out. It has anti-inflammatory properties. So what a good way to add it. You just add 1 spoon to your tea, you mix it, and then you allow it to brew. After this has cooled down, you notice that the Moringa powder would settle, but it would have still infused. And then you can then strain it, and then you have your nice mix. that you're going to apply to your hair. So the reason we use caffeine is because it counteracts the effects of dihydrotestosterone, and that is the main culprit here. I'm going to call it DHT. When DHT is in the blood and abnormal levels, it shrinks the hair follicles and eventually makes it unable to support the hair. And then eventually the hair would fall off. It can also shorten the anagen phase. And by so doing, the telogen phase comes quicker than usual and then the hair sheds. This is the mixture here. I'm putting it on freshly washed hair and scalp because I need my scalp to be clean to be able to absorb this moisture. So yeah, I put it on all areas of my scalp. Then I massage it in. This can be done weekly or 2 weekly, 2 times. You don't want to prolong it because of the effects of caffeine. There are other causes of hair shedding. Telogen effluvium is just one of it. So if you don't see any improvement, see your dermatologist as you should. So after this, I put it on for 30 minutes, rinse it off again, and then went ahead to deep condition my hair. Like, leave a comment below, and definitely subscribe and share my channel. This is Yellow Beard, the Natural Hair Doctor. Bye!